I'm Ashley.
I'm Leah.
I'm Alice.
And I'm Charles Woolley, and this is Sustainable Minutes. Tonight on Sustainable Minutes, are you aware of what your clothes are made of, where they come from, and what happens to them once you've finished with them? We'll talk to people in our local community to find out just how informed they are.
Fashion is made to become unfashionable. With increasingly lower prices, clothing is fast becoming disposable. Some call it fast fashion, the clothing equivalent of fast food.
Polly Polyester is a big fan of fast fashion.
I like new things. I go shopping just because I feel like it, or if I have a special occasion. I'm sorry, that makes me sound bad, but you wanted honesty. Usually I'm just happy if it looks good and actually fits my shape, so I'll buy it.
Do you worry about where your clothes come from or what they are made of?
Perhaps I should be a better consumer, but at the time of purchase, these issues are the last things on my mind. Look at me. I'm hot.
So I took to the streets to discover what options are available to consumers. I went to my local shopping centre where I discovered that 76 of the 78 clothing retailers stocked clothes that were made in China. With this knowledge that consumers don't have a lot of choice about where our clothing is made, I started to think about what choices I can make, including what my clothes are made of.
Polyester, viscose, and other synthetic man-made fibres are not surprisingly bad for the environment. The process in which they are created uses hazardous chemicals and large amounts of energy, and these fabrics are non-biodegradable. It's just terrible, Charles.
Dr. Expert specialises in clothing sustainability. So what does she have to say about natural fibres like cotton?
In Australia, cotton is commonly accepted as a natural fibre, well suited to our climate and lifestyle. However, it is estimated 150 million kilograms of pesticides are used in its cultivation every year. And this doesn't even take into account the pollution created during the production of the garments, or the fuel and other resources it takes to ship items in from overseas. When discarded, natural items will break down over time, but they release harmful gases which contribute to global warming.
So do Australian consumers consider this? Are they aware of the environmental facts?
We are all aware of the importance of recycling cans, bottles, plastics and paper. Clothing should be no different. They don't tell us in those campaigns that 96% of clothing waste could also be recycled.
What does your average Joe think?
I feel that if it is a serious issue, then the awareness campaign surrounding it has been a bit weak or drowned out by other environmental campaigns. Perhaps if I knew more about it, I'd be better informed to make changes.
To be honest, I look at fabric for laundering purposes rather than their impact on the environment.
So now that we are more aware of the issue, what should we do?
Try and minimise the amount of clothes you buy. How many t-shirts do you already have? Do you really need another one? Try and choose clothes made from a natural fibre. Consider shopping at second-hand stores, or give your clothes away to friends or second-hand shops. This stops the clothes from ending up in landfill. Repair your clothes or revitalise them by adding something new. Can those pants with the worn-out knees become your new favourite pair of shorts? Find an alternative use for the material, rags or as craft material. I've heard you can make some great puppets out of recycled material. At this stage, it's most important that we raise awareness of the issue. Clothing sustainability is an issue.
I only ever buy clothes when I grow out of them and they are worn out. So I buy good and brand new clothes so they last me longer. But now I am aware, I'll definitely make changes. I can even use my old clothes as rags to fix me bike.
Second-hand shops? Someone else's old clothes? Oh, they just don't fit right, and it makes me feel like a bit of a cheapskate. But I'll donate my clothes, and maybe I can use some of the material for my craft.
Second-hand shops are cheaper and it helps out a charity. You can sometimes find a rare gem which doesn't cost the earth. The pieces are really good quality, interesting and individual, and they have great prices. In my expert opinion, it's good stuff. Isn't restricted to fashion trends, would be a waste to be discarded, and paying top dollar for something like a pair of strides that I can get for $10 is just offensive. Check out my silk outfit.
So, what choices will you make from now on?